The following is an introduction lesson to information report writing in accordance to the Victorian curriculum. To engage students to develop an understanding of information reports, the lesson begins by drawing connections to narrative writing, which had been the previous writing focus. Using a short narrative called A Terrible Storm, students read and in groups discuss and answer what type of text it is, how do they know, what is the text about. Each group reports findings back to the class. An information report titled All About Thunderstorms is then presented to the students. Students read and in small groups discuss and answer what do the texts have in common, what is different. Findings are presented on the whiteboard under the heading Similarities and Differences, with students identifying what type of text this is. A discussion on information reports follows, outlining the purpose, structure, and language required. The class discusses what type of information they would expect to find in the information report. Working in pairs, students select one topic to research and discover as many facts and information as they can about it. Students work collaboratively on laptops, writing down each fact on a separate card. After half an hour, students bundle their information or fact cards into groups with a similar theme. They paste these onto cardboard and come up with a suitable heading for the group, such as habitat or diet. The lesson concludes with students discussing their grouping of facts, justifying why they did so. Unfortunately, time did not permit for all students to do this. A well-planned discussion can encourage and stimulate student learning and change the dynamic of the classroom. Although informal, I found it important to decide what I wanted students to learn from the discussion before the class to facilitate questioning and conversation. Allowing students to take a few minutes to discuss their responses with a partner gave each student an opportunity to think about and respond to the question. As discussions began, each student had at least one idea to offer. In addition, allowing students to explore a topic of their choosing with a partner increased student engagement. Although students were motivated and interested in the content, they were also developing processing and structuring skills required for information reports. The hands-on activity of placing facts in similar groups ensured students were critically thinking and justifying their groupings. Critically, I need to improve on time management, as all students were not able to discuss their findings. The students were heavily invested and engaged in the activity that perhaps I let it go for too long. I must address this aspect of my teaching to ensure there is sufficient time for student reflection. In developing my practice, I wish to explore and utilise the questioning strategy used in asking questions that require students to apply concepts and principles that they have developed to new data and different situations.